Hi, welcome to English Hamster. Are you learning English? Great. Here we learn through stories. They are simple and interesting. You can improve English while learning knowledge. Remember to subscribe, like and comment. Let's get started.
Hi there, my name is Kevin. I'm happy to tell you a little about myself today. I hope my story helps you learn how to talk about yourself in English. Don't worry if your English isn't perfect. Just speak with a smile and from your heart. That's the best way to learn and connect with others. Let me begin with some basic facts about me. I'm from a country in Southeast Asia called Cambodia. I was born in a small town there. Now, I'm in my 20s and live in the city for work. Life here is busy, but I like it. I work in the technology field. My job is to help people fix problems with their computers and the internet. I work as an IT support person. At work, I answer calls and messages from people who can't connect to Wi-Fi or have trouble using their computers. Sometimes I help them install software, check the network, or explain how to use a new program. It's not always easy, but I enjoy helping others and learning new tech skills. Besides my job, I also enjoy teaching English. Yes, you heard that right. I'm not an English expert, but I've been learning for years, and now I want to help others too. I started a small YouTube channel where I share easy English lessons. I talk slowly, use simple words, and try to make learning fun. When people ask me to introduce myself, I usually say, "Hello, I'm Kevin from Cambodia. I work in IT, and I also make YouTube videos to help people learn English." It's a short answer, but it gives a clear idea of who I am. After that, people usually ask more questions, and we start a nice conversation. That's why knowing how to give a short self-introduction is very useful, especially when you meet someone new. Here are some simple questions people often ask. What's your name? Where are you from? What do you do? How old are you? What are your hobbies? What are you working on these days? You don't need to say a lot, just speak slowly and clearly. People will understand, and they'll be happy that you're trying your best. When someone asks me about my work, I say something like, "I help people fix computer problems, and I also enjoy making English videos." This shows that I'm helpful and also interested in learning and teaching. Talking about your basic information is a good way to start any conversation. Your name, your job, where you're from, these are small details, but they help others know you better. Now, let me tell you more about my family and where I grew up. I live alone now because my job is in the city, but I often think about my family back home. I grew up in a small village with my parents and two younger sisters. Life in the village was slow and peaceful. We didn't have big buildings or shopping malls, but we had clean air, green trees, and kind neighbors. My parents are farmers. They grow rice and vegetables. Every morning, my dad wakes up early to check the crops. My mom cooks breakfast and then joins him in the field. I learned from them how to work hard and be thankful for simple things. We also had a little garden behind our house with flowers. My favorite flower was the jasmine. It had a soft white color and a sweet smell. In the evening, the scent would fill the air. Sometimes after school, I helped my mom pick the flowers. People passing by would stop and say how nice it smelled. That memory still warms my heart. I miss those days. My sisters and I used to play outside, help with chores, and laugh a lot. We didn't have smartphones or fast internet, but we had each other. The village life taught me patience, respect, and the joy of helping others. Now, even though I'm far from home, I still carry those values with me. I call my parents often. On holidays, I go back to visit. When I see their faces and eat my mom's cooking, I feel happy again. Talking about your family and background is also part of telling your story. You can use simple sentences like, I grew up in a village. My parents are farmers. We had a garden with jasmine flowers. I have 2 sisters. These are easy sentences, but they help people know where you come from and what your life was like. Your background is a big part of who you are. Even now, when I face problems or feel tired, I think about my parents and how strong they are. Their hard work gives me energy. Their love gives me courage. So when you talk about yourself in English, don't forget to include your family and your roots. They are a beautiful part of your story. And remember, every story, no matter how simple, is worth sharing. Let me now tell you what a normal day looks like for me. My daily routine helps me stay focused and reach my goals. It's not too busy, but it's meaningful for me. I usually wake up around 6:30 in the morning. The room is quiet, and the sun is just starting to shine through the window. I take a few deep breaths and stretch my arms. Then I get up and go to the bathroom to wash my face and brush my teeth. This helps me wake up and feel fresh. After that, I drink a glass of water. I read somewhere that drinking water in the morning is good for your body, so now it's part of my routine. Then, I sit down at my small table and read for a while. Reading is something I really enjoy. I read books about learning English, personal growth, or short stories. It helps me start the day with a peaceful mind. After reading, I start writing. I work on my English video scripts during this time. I think about what kind of topic my viewers would like to hear. Sometimes it's grammar. Sometimes it's daily conversations. Sometimes it's a story with a lesson. I try to keep my writing simple and helpful. It takes time, but I love doing it. I usually write for about 1 hour. While I write, I sometimes play soft music in the background. It helps me think better. I often read my writing out loud to check if it sounds natural. I imagine someone listening to it and learning from it. That makes me happy. After that, I get ready for my regular job. I work as an IT support person in an office. Before I start work, I check my email and prepare for the tasks of the day. My work begins at 9:00 a.m. I sit at my desk, turn on the computer, and begin helping people. Some can't open their files, some have slow internet, some need help with new software. I listen to their problems and try to fix them. I ask questions and guide them step by step. Sometimes it's easy. Sometimes it takes time, but I always try to stay calm and polite. It's important to be patient, especially when people feel stressed. At the end of each problem, when someone says, "Thank you, it works now," I feel proud. I know I helped someone today. I also keep learning during work. Technology changes quickly, so I need to stay up to date. I watch short videos, read tech blogs, and write notes. I try to learn one new thing every day, even if it's small. Around noon, I take a lunch break. I usually eat rice with vegetables or noodles. I like simple and healthy food. While I eat, I sometimes listen to an English podcast or a motivational speech. I believe learning can happen even during lunch. In the afternoon, I go back to my help desk work. Some days are very busy. The phone rings a lot and messages keep coming in, but I try to take things one by one. I listen carefully, speak clearly, and stay focused. My workday ends around 5:30 p.m. After that, I take a short rest. Sometimes I lie down and close my eyes for 10 minutes. Sometimes I walk around the house and stretch my body. In the evening, I do something that helps me relax. I either read a book or play a video game. I love both. Reading gives me peace. Gaming gives me excitement. Let me tell you more about my hobbies. One of my favorite hobbies is reading. I've loved books since I was a child. When I read, I feel like I enter another world. Books help me learn new things, think in new ways, and feel inspired. I especially enjoy books about people who work hard and don't give up. These stories give me hope. Reading also helps me with my YouTube channel. Sometimes I find good ideas or words that I can use in my lessons. I write them down and try to share them in a simple way. Another hobby I really enjoy is gaming. After a long day at work, it feels nice to sit down and play a game. I don't play all the time, usually just an hour or so in the evening or on weekends. It's my way to relax and have some fun. My favorite games are action games and team games. I like games where I need to think fast and work with others. Some of the games I play also help me learn English. I read the instructions, follow the missions, and listen to the characters. I learn new words and hear how people speak in English. It's fun and useful at the same time. Some people say games are bad, but I think it depends on how you use them. For me, games help me think better, relax, and even improve my English. I also play online games with friends. We laugh, talk, and enjoy our time together. Even if we live in different cities, games help us stay connected. So in my free time, I usually read or play games. These two hobbies are very different, but they make a good balance. Reading is quiet and deep. Gaming is exciting and fast. Together, they make my day complete. If someone asks me, "What kind of person are you?" I would say, "I'm calm, quiet, and kind." I don't like noise. I like peaceful places and soft voices. I enjoy thinking before I speak. I try to understand people and their feelings. I'm not the kind of person who talks a lot. I feel shy when I meet new people. At first, I may be quiet, but once I feel comfortable, I open up. I smile more and talk more. It just takes me a little time. One thing I've learned is that listening is a powerful skill. Many people want to talk, but not everyone wants to listen. I try to be a good listener. When someone shares their story, I listen carefully. I nod, smile, and make them feel that I care. I think this is one of the best parts of my personality. At work, I'm serious and responsible. I always try to do my best. If I don't understand something, I ask. If something is difficult, I try again and again. My coworkers often say, "Kevin is someone you can count on." That makes me feel good. But I'm not perfect. Sometimes I feel nervous, especially when I speak English in front of people. I worry about making mistakes. I worry that others may not understand me. But then I remind myself, it's okay to make mistakes. That's how we learn. Every time I speak, I grow a little more confident. I would also say I'm a curious person. I like to learn new things. When I see a new word, I want to know what it means. When I hear someone talk about something interesting, I want to learn more. This curiosity helps me grow. I read books, watch videos, ask questions, and take notes. I want to improve step by step. Emotionally, I'm usually calm. I don't get angry easily. I don't shout or fight, but I do feel things deeply. If something makes me happy, I feel joy in my heart all day. If something makes me sad, I sit quietly and think about it. I don't cry in public, but sometimes I feel a little rain inside my heart. I think that's normal. I care a lot about my family and friends. Even though I live alone now, I think about them every day. If someone I love is sick or sad, I worry. I send messages, I call them, or I say a prayer in my heart. I want the people around me to be happy. I also try to be organized. I like my room to be clean. I make plans for the day. I write to-do lists and set goals. When my space is neat, my mind feels more peaceful. Of course, not every day is perfect. Some days I feel lazy. I don't finish everything I plan, but I don't get angry with myself. I rest, and the next day I try again. Sometimes I feel unsure. I ask myself, am I doing the right thing? Will I reach my dreams? These questions come into my mind, but I've learned that these thoughts are normal. Everyone feels lost sometimes. It's part of life. When I feel this way, I try to remember all the things I've already done. I think about the problems I solved, the things I've learned, and the people I've helped. These thoughts give me strength. They remind me that I'm not standing still. I'm moving forward. Now let me share a little about my childhood. I grew up in a small village. It was quiet, with trees, animals, and friendly neighbors. We didn't have big roads or tall buildings. People walked or used bicycles. During the rainy season, the road became muddy, and it was hard to go to school. My parents were farmers, and they worked very hard. I saw them plant rice, pull out weeds, and carry heavy things. I helped them when I could. We also grew jasmine flowers. In the evening, the sweet smell of the flowers filled the air. I still remember that smell. It makes me feel at home, even now. As a child, I wasn't good at school. I liked to read storybooks, but I didn't always do my homework. My grades were not very good, and sometimes my teachers got upset. My parents also worried about me. They wanted me to study harder, but I didn't know how to focus. But even when I had trouble in school, I was very curious about computers. We didn't have a computer at home, but sometimes I saw one in the village office. I watched the staff typing and using the mouse. I felt excited. I wanted to learn everything about computers. After finishing high school, I decided to study computer technology. I joined a university in the city. At first, it was difficult. I didn't know much, and the lessons were fast, but I didn't give up. I worked hard, practiced coding, and asked my classmates for help. The first thing I learned was HTML. I used it to build simple websites. When I saw my first web page on the screen, I was so happy. I felt like I made something real. That feeling gave me energy to keep learning more. Later, I studied other programming languages. I also learned how computers work inside, how to fix parts, check memory, and install systems. I even took a special course to learn how to repair hardware. But in 2021, something big happened in my country. The government changed suddenly, and many schools closed. It became hard to study. I had to make a choice. I decided to stop my studies for a while and look for a job. It was not an easy decision. I felt sad, but I told myself, this is not the end, it's just another path. And that's how I started working in IT support. I used everything I learned before and tried my best every day. And slowly, I found my place. At the same time, I started thinking about helping others learn English. Many people in my country want to speak English, but they don't have good learning tools. So I started a small YouTube channel. I made videos in simple English and I talked about useful topics. My viewers started growing. People sent me kind messages like, "Thank you, Kevin. I understand better now." Those messages made me smile. Looking back, I've had good times and hard times. But every step, every mistake, every success, it all helped me become the person I am today. Now, I want to share some of my goals and dreams with you. I think it's important to dream. Dreams give us a reason to wake up and try again each day. My first goal is to become better in my IT career. I want to learn more about computer networks, internet security, and new technologies. I watch online courses and read tech books. Every week, I try to learn something new. One day, I hope to become a senior IT specialist, someone who can solve big problems and help others grow in their work too. I also want to grow my YouTube channel. I enjoy making English videos and I hope to reach more people. My dream is to help thousands, maybe even millions, of learners feel more confident in English. I don't use difficult grammar or long words. I just try to speak clearly and use everyday topics. I want people to say, "I understand English better now, thanks to Kevin." Another big dream of mine is to write an English learning book. I want to create something easy to read, full of short stories, simple grammar tips, and practice exercises. This book will be for students who don't have teachers, especially in small towns like the one I grew up in. I want learning English to feel like a fun journey, not a hard task. I also dream of traveling. I want to see different places and meet new people. I hope one day I can visit the UK, the US, or Australia. I want to walk on their streets, visit their libraries, and hear how people speak English in real life. I also want to go to countries like Japan or Korea. Every country has something special, and I want to learn from them all. Traveling will give me new ideas for my videos and stories. It will also help me become a better teacher and communicator. Besides that, I want to take care of my family. My parents worked very hard when I was young. Now it's my turn to help them. I want to earn enough money to give them a better life. I hope to build a small, comfortable house for them and make sure they can rest and enjoy life. I also want to support my younger cousins or neighbors who want to study. If someone is interested in English or computers, I'll try to help them learn, just like someone once helped me. One more dream I have is to open a small English learning center in my village. It doesn't need to be big, just a quiet room with books, a whiteboard, and some chairs. I'll teach there when I visit home. I'll also invite good teachers who can give free lessons. This center will be for students who don't have money for private classes. I want them to feel, yes, I can learn too. In the future, I also hope to give motivational talks. I want to visit schools and tell students, don't give up, keep learning, believe in yourself. I'll share my own story, how I was not a great student at first, how I left university, but kept going anyway. If even one student feels stronger after hearing me, that would be enough. Another thing that matters to me is health. I want to stay strong and take care of my body. I plan to eat healthier food, do more exercise, and get enough sleep. When I feel good, I work better. I also want to protect my mental health. Life can be stressful, so I try to stay calm, take deep breaths, and think positive thoughts. I also hope to save money and make smart plans for the future. Maybe I'll buy a small home or some land in a quiet place. I don't want a fancy life. I just want peace and happiness. More than anything, my dream is to be useful. I don't care about being rich or famous. I just want to help others, share what I know, and make a small difference. I want people to say, Kevin helped me learn, or Kevin gave me hope. Now, let's talk a bit about how to speak about yourself in conversations. Many English learners feel shy or afraid to talk. But don't worry, you don't need perfect grammar. You just need to be friendly and honest. When you meet someone new, they might ask you, "What's your name? Where are you from? What do you do? What are your hobbies? Do you have any brothers or sisters?" You can answer in short, simple sentences. My name is Kevin. I'm from Cambodia. I work in it. I like reading and gaming. Yes, I have 2 sisters. If you want to keep the conversation going, ask a question back. And you. Where are you from? What do you like to do? This makes the other person feel happy and welcome. If you don't understand what someone says, it's okay to ask. Sorry, can you say that again? I didn't catch that. What does that mean? Most people are kind and will repeat their words for you. Don't be afraid to ask. That's how we all learn. You can also practice talking about yourself at home. Look in the mirror and say, My name is. I live in. I work as. My dream is to. You can even record yourself and listen. With time, your confidence will grow. If you're ready, try sharing a short story about yourself. For example, I was not good at school before, but now I work hard. I started a YouTube channel because I want to help people learn English. Stories are powerful. They show who you really are, and people will listen to your story with interest. Now that you've heard my story, I hope you feel more confident to share your own. Talking about yourself in English doesn't need to be hard. You don't need to use big words or long sentences. Just speak from your heart, one simple sentence at a time. Everyone has a story. Your life, your family, your dreams, they all matter. It's okay if your story feels small. Even small stories can touch people's hearts. Let's remember the topics we talked about. First, we talked about basic information. When you meet someone new, it's good to say, Hi, my name is Kevin. I'm from Cambodia. I work in it. I also make English videos. These are short and useful sentences. You can practice them anytime, even when you're alone. Then we talked about family. You can say, I grew up in a village. My parents are farmers. I have 2 sisters. We had jasmine flowers in our garden. These details are simple, but they help others understand where you come from. Next, we talked about daily life. You can describe your day like this. I wake up at 6:30. I read books and write English scripts. I work from 9 to 5:30 as an IT support worker. In the evening, I play games or go for a walk. Telling someone about your routine is a great way to keep a conversation going. We also talked about hobbies and interests. You might say, I love reading. I enjoy playing video games. Reading helps me learn new things. Games help me relax and improve my English. Hobbies make you sound more interesting. They also help people find things in common with you. Then we spoke about personality and feelings. Try saying, I'm a quiet person. I listen more than I talk. I try to stay calm and kind. Sometimes I feel nervous, but I keep trying. These sentences show others who you are inside. We also looked at the past, your childhood, your struggles, and your journey. It's okay to say, I was not good at school. I found learning hard at first. But I loved computers, so I followed that path. I didn't finish university, but I found another way to grow. Your past is part of your story, and every experience matters. Then we talked about dreams and goals. You can share. I want to grow in my job. I want to help people learn English. I hope to travel and see the world. One day, I want to open a learning center for kids. Dreams give your story hope and direction. And finally, we practiced real conversation skills, like saying, What's your name? Where are you from? What do you do in your free time? What are your dreams? You can answer with short sentences. You can also ask questions back to be polite and friendly. Don't forget, it's okay to make mistakes. Everyone makes them, even native English speakers. The most important thing is to keep going, one step at a time. Here are a few more tips before we end. Smile when you talk. It makes people feel comfortable. Speak slowly and clearly. You don't have to rush. Use your hands or expressions if you need to. It helps others understand. If you forget a word, don't panic. Just use a simpler word or explain it in another way. If someone corrects you, thank them and try again. That's how we improve. You can practice speaking every day. Talk to yourself in the mirror. Record your voice and listen. Read English stories out loud. Join an online group or find a speaking partner. The more you speak, the stronger your English will become. Also, remember this, you don't have to sound like a native speaker. You just need to speak clearly, honestly, and kindly. That's enough. Kevin's story is just one example. Now it's your turn. Try saying, "My name is. I'm from. I work as. In my free time, I like to. My dream is to." Write your story, speak it out loud, share it with a friend. You'll be surprised how strong and unique your story is. And never forget, you are learning something powerful. English can open new doors, jobs, travel, friends, and more. Keep going, you're doing great. I believe in you. One day you'll speak with confidence, just like Kevin does now.
Hey, if you learned something new today, please give this video a like. Write your thoughts in the comments and subscribe to the channel. It only takes a second and it really helps to create more English videos for you. Thank you. See you next time. Bye.